A lot of physical media YouTubers out there, they'll spend a lot of money, they'll show off a lot of things in these collecting hauls. They'll hold up stuff in the thumbnail and look really, really strange while doing it and go, and I don't really want to be like that. I don't want to do that because I want to peel back the curtain here. Pay no attention to the man that's spending a bunch of money on physical media behind that curtain, but this time you will, because I'm going to show you how much I've spent this month on physical media. Yes, you will get the exact dollar amount that somebody who has a collection of this size adds to their collection almost every month. This month there was one item that made me go a bit over the budget, but we'll explain that all when we get to it. So when I set out to budget for the month, it looks a little bit like this. I just looked at my bank account. Yeah, the board of directors, me, we decided that food is an optional expense this month. We're going all in on Arrow Video. So naturally, it doesn't take a bunch of board meetings with yourself and your bank account to figure out what a budget for a physical media month looks like, but I have some of the things here that I can show off, and this isn't going to be your normal haul video, do not worry about that. I'm going to do it very quickly because, well, we're going to be talking about exactly how much I spent, and this isn't really about what I spent it on necessarily. But to start off, Vinegar Syndrome for April Fool's Day, they had a sale on two titles that I didn't have, and that's Intensive Care and Unmasked Part 25. Unmasked Part 25 was out of print, and they made a new slipcover for it, so anytime they do a sale like that, I make sure to hop on it. And the other one that I actually have in my possession right now is the Frankenhooker 4K. I love this movie. I decided I really want to get it on 4K, an upgrade over the old Blu-ray that I used to have, and I figured I don't have it in my collection anymore, so getting it with the upgrade is well worth the purchase. And you might ask yourself, Hunter, how many things do you buy in a month? And it really depends. It honestly depends. It depends on the month. October, there's usually a lot more. December, there's sales. November, there's Black Friday or whatever. So it's not like, oh, hey, I average a certain amount a month. There have been months here in 2025 and into 2026 where I haven't bought anything. I haven't purchased anything new to add to my collection, or if I have, it's been very, very little, very used kind of stuff. Oh, man. I've got like thousands of movies in my collection. Should I just watch one of them, or I should go buy more online, shouldn't I?
Watch us.
But the biggest thing, we have two big things here on the docket that we spent money on, and that was, one was the Day of the Dead 4K from Scream Factory. I pre-ordered it from Groove. Yes, it's called Groove, not Grove, Groove. Pre-ordered it from them and figured I'd get it directly from them. They've shipped fast in the past on some of the other things I've bought from them, like the Better Tomorrow trilogy, all of that stuff. And then the other thing was a Holy Grail item that I have been screaming from the rooftops for as long as I can remember about. So what is the Holy Grail item that I bought that is coming out? It's coming out in July. It is the Stranger Things 4K Complete Series set from Arrow Video. I splurged on this one. I don't normally do stuff like that where I just go crazy and buy a box set immediately, unless of course you're talking about the Nightmare on Elm Street one right here, and then I can tell you the story about how I bought this one while I was in line at Disneyland. So what is it about the Stranger Things box set that made it so that I broke the bank basically this month for it? Well, it's something that I like to call the Holy Grail of what you're looking for. And for something like this that I've been screaming at Netflix, literally screaming at them on Twitter. You can go look. Crap, that's the alarm. Time to tweet at Netflix. About putting their stuff out on physical media, putting out their movies, putting out their TV shows. And this is a big step in the right direction. One, they're doing it, and just in general. We had those season sets for the first two seasons, but we haven't had season 3, season 4, season 5 out on Blu-ray, 4K, DVD, whatever. That by itself is important. It's exceptional. Then, the fact that they're working with somebody like Arrow Video. That Arrow Video knows what they're doing. They do excellent work on literally everything they do. One of the best physical media boutique labels out there. So when you combine those two things, and it's a 4K package, I love the show. I've watched the show religiously. So it's for something like that, that if you have the money, if you have the budget for it, if you have the ability to go over, I'm not saying just do it, but if you want to, do it for yourself because it's your collection. It'll make you happy at the end of the day. But yes, that was the big purchase of the month. So I only really bought 3 things that have already arrived and 2 other things, but 2 of them are huge purchases. So let's go through the budget here on what these cost me and what it ends up being at the end of the month. So for intensive care, that was $29.99. I didn't get that one on sale. It was just $29.99. There you go. Unmasked Part 25 was $19.99. That one was a little bit cheaper. It was nice to get that with the slipcover, basically a brand new copy of the film. Day of the Dead, the 4K, was $42.99 plus shipping and tax or whatever, but we're just going with the MSRP or whatever I paid here. Shipping and tax, it varies on whatever else. Frankenhooker, the 4K, was $49.95. That is a bit higher than I would like to spend on a 4K, but for a movie that I love, I will bump up that much for something like that. That being more expensive than the Day of the Dead 4K is a little bit telling. It's a little crazy at the end of the day, but for something like Frankenhooker that I love, I will spend up for that. And then, of course, the Stranger Things 4K. I originally bought it directly from Arrow, and then places like Orbit DVD and Diabolic DVD and Valoria Video had it up for $189.99. It was just kind of crazy. So with the tax and everything, I saved about $100 on this release by just not buying it directly from Arrow Video. Arrow Video, what the hell are you doing? Why are these other places allowed to... It blows my mind. But yes, so I spent $189.99 on that. So when you're looking at the overall price that I paid, it is... So we've done the total of what I spent. And it's pretty scary, folks. I spent $332.91 this month on physical media. Yes, I spent over $300 on physical media this month, and I know there's some people out there that are screaming at your TVs or at your computers or your phones, whatever. Oh my God, that's so much. And then there's some of you that are screaming, oh my God, that's not enough. I figured that box set was a big splurge. Normally, I try to get, 2 or 3 titles, whatever, around $100 to $200, not averaging that a month, but that's the mental budget that I have for myself. And if I go over, it has to be for something special. And a lot of people out there, and this is back to the quality versus quantity thing that I like to tell people about collecting. You can have 7,000 movies behind you, or you can have 1,000, or you can have 500 that you curate, that you love, that you care for. And I bring up this copy of the 355, and I think I'm not going to get rid of it ever again, because I keep bringing it up that I don't actually like this movie, and I own it. I watched it on streaming, it wasn't very good, and I still have it. It's still here. I've said in multiple videos, hey, I was going to get rid of this, and I didn't yet, well, because I haven't gone to go trade it in, but still, stuff like this, where you can have things like that, and you can say, yeah, I've got a copy of the 355. And I can say, yeah, I've got a copy of A Better Tomorrow trilogy, and I love all 3 of these movies. And I've watched them plenty of times now since I've gotten this, and I've gotten all my money's worth out of this box set. Yeah, I almost got a copy of Bride of Reanimator on 4K from Ignite Films, but then I realized I could just get this candle, and it's really green and neon like Reanimator, and I can just stare at it. So yes, I finally sat down and I thought to myself, those collector resolutions that I've been espousing, we put them to the test. We put them to the test for this month, and we ended up spending a bit more than we wanted to, but like everything in life, it's about moderation. It's about enjoying your collection, enjoying yourself, and really, at the end of the day, who's going to look at my collection and say, I'm disappointed in you, other than me, of course. Oh yeah.